Hello, Motorheads, movie lovers. Today we are going to review a movie called Weapons. This thing is directed by Sam Raimi. If that name sounds familiar, it is because he's the same director of Barbarian. So you know this is going to be a wild ride. The cinematographer of this movie is Larkin Psycho, I think I'm right. He's the same cinematographer of Swiss Army Man, so has the same vibe and the dark fantasy feel all around in this. This movie is back with our own Thanos, Josh Brolin, then Julia Garner, which is by the way new Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four, young Han Solo, Alden Aldrich, I think. Sorry, I know I am butchering the name. Don't come at me. And Sorcerer Supreme Benedict Wong. So before we start the movie review, I'm just going to say a huge spoiler alert. So before we dive deep in the movie, go watch the movie and then come back to my opinion. So anyways, so the movie starts with a kid's narration on how 2 years ago 17 kids from one class just vanished at exactly at 2:17 p.m. from their home, and poof, they were gone, and how the authorities buried this and why they buried this. So this movie is shot or edited in non-linear fashion, in covering all the characters' perspective and keep us guessing what exactly happened and keeps the intrigue going. So one of the perspectives of Josh Brolin, who has lost his child, and he is hell bent on finding what exactly happened, why it happened. And same goes for Julia Garner's character, who is the teacher of that class where all the 17 children except one named Alex went missing on the same night. She is an alcoholic facing depression and all the bad choices in his life, in her life. She also wants to find what exactly happened to the children. The other perspective is of a cop, Alden Aldrich character, who is under the thumb of his father-in-law with the town sheriff, and he is embroiled in this dark, deep rabbit hole accidentally, and even though he goes and finds the source, still is powerless to do anything about it. And why? Find out. And lastly, the perspective is also cover of the child survivor named Alex. How he survived, why he survived, and how he is surviving, and forms the dark heart of this story. So, due to this non-linear fashion, it keeps the intrigue going throughout the movie. So what is the twist of this movie? So basically the twist is that the children are weaponized. So what does that mean? So while Josh Brolin and Julia Garner are investigating separately, due to various circumstances, their point collides collides with each other, arriving at the conclusion that maybe all the children are at Alex's home. So they do the same and they arrive at Alex's home, and when they enter it, they find that the cop is already there with a junkie, but they both are entranced. So when they try to investigate further, Julia Garner's character and Josh Brolin's character try to investigate further, they are attacked viciously by Alden's character and the junkie. And to save herself, Julia had to take down Alden, and so thus Josh Brolin takes down the junkie, who's been controlled by, and the twist in this character, the witch. Now, who's the witch? A witch here is shown at last during the Alex, the child's survivor perspective. So basically, the witch is a supernatural entity, maybe hundreds or thousands of years old, who's living as an aunt at Alex's house, and she's dying, and her master plan is to suck the life force out of people. So the witch tries to suck the life force out of Alex's parents, but it fails. It doesn't work. So what she does is she torments Alex's parents in front of him and gives him an ultimatum that if he wants his parents to survive, he must bring one personal item of every child in his classroom. Otherwise, she'll kill his parents. So, the terrified child, to protect his parents, he does exactly that. And in the front of that horrified child, the witch does black magic, a blood magic with her own blood, and summons all the children to her house. So, back where the chaos was going, Josh Brolin finds all the children in the basement with his own child. So, when he tries to save the child, he's been attacked by the witch and he's been put in trance. So, Josh Brolin attacks Julia Garner again, and when she's almost about to die, there's a twist. But Alex was observing all the things that witch was doing. So basically, he does the same thing with his magic, finding witch's hair in her wig, and using his own blood, he summons all the children against the witch. And this was one of the funniest scenes in this horror movie. So basically, she understands that she is about to die, and all the children, 70 children, attacks her and literally makes her a buffet and consume all of her, and not leaving a single trace of her, and thus ending the curse. And finally, the children are scarred for life, but at least they survived and they lived their life. Maybe not so happy, but at least they survived. So, is this film a perfect masterclass? No. It has some bumps, like the main pet peeve for all current modern horrors is that the main characters is kind of douche bag or asshole. And same is here in Julia Garner's case. She is kind of selfish prick for the majority part of the film, but still, barring all this minor hiccups, the movie is a must watch. So you can watch this movie, I think, on Hulu, but not sure. So I'll put the website or app where you can watch this movie on the screen. So guys, please tell me how you like this movie. This is the first time I am doing this kind of content. I know it's not perfect like the movie, but it will eventually be efficiently shot and conveyed across as the time goes. So do me a solid and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more such content. So bye.